Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to Sharc Energy Systems YouTube. Here with me once again is Lynn Mueller, the CEO. How are you doing tonight, Lynn?
Really good, Michael. Good to talk to you again, sir.
Can you please tell me what's going on with this North Vancouver thing? Say, people are talking about it in the Telegram chat a lot.
Yeah, it was great. I put it out to our investors on Telegram there to sort of explain what one district here in Vancouver is doing. And I think, the bottom line, Michael, is the city of North Vancouver's interests were good in developing a district energy system that they had sort of billed as being a green district energy system. But unfortunately, when they started, there was really not the green technology to support it. So they went with a bunch of natural gas boilers in mini districts around the city. And they passed a bylaw that if you're going to build a building or operate your building within a certain parameter, you have to be tied into the district energy system. So when all they build themselves as a green, low-cost energy system. Well, they're not green. They burn natural gas. They don't offer air conditioning, and they're probably at least twice as expensive as any other energy in town. So somewhere it went off the rails. But just last week, I had an energy analysis engineer phoned me about a hospital they're renovating over there called Lionsgate Hospital. And to get the provincial code, you have to do a certain amount of measures to reach the step code 4. So one of those is your energy efficiency number has to reach whatever it is required for that setting. If they put a couple of Piranha units in there, they immediately reach the numbers because we're so efficient, we're green, we have carbon savings, all that good thing. But if they don't, they have to spend a few $1 million to make changes to the building to get to the same energy numbers. So a few $100,000 for Piranhas or a couple million to reach the code another way. But the district will not allow energy efficient appliances to be put in there like a Piranha, because they need the revenue to support this utility they put in. So it's they started out with good intentions, and it's kind of like the oxymoron, we're here from the government, we're here to help, so never happens. But I think their plan for the future is to install alternate energy sources to tie to this grid. But I'm not sure when that will happen or why they would be so threatened by a couple little Piranha units. So, but it was a really interesting. And the city of Vancouver actually used to do that too. They changed, and the University of British Columbia. So I'm hoping that we can get things changed. But one of the really funny results of that is I was all fired up. I was calling our lawyers. We were going to sue them, and we're going to do all that stuff, and seemed like a real good cause. And then I think, as I mentioned in some of the previous broadcasts, we now have an advisory group that we make decisions with. So when I was throwing it out there, Scott, our lawyer, says, I think we got a good case here. And one of the other fellows come back and he said, isn't there a bigger fish to fry? Like, if they keep making decisions like that, it'll take care of itself. And, you want to sell thousands of units, you can't get tied up for 2 weeks on 2. So he said, let's win the battle in the court of public opinion and don't get negative. And so we've just kind of put the bug out there, and we hope it annoys them to be like crazy, and we come out as a winner in the end. But we're not going to waste a bunch of time trying to change the city's mind that there's probably very little chance of doing anyway. Yeah, so the good news is our steering committee for Sharc is working well, but it gave me actually a pretty good chuckle because I was determined I was going to get in there and fight this, and really, could take years, and we're too busy doing good things to worry about that. So it's a stupid policy, but they can live with it, and we don't have to.
Yep. No reason to make a mountain out of a molehill. You have much better things you can be pushing your energy towards, and it's kind of sad to see sometimes it's not all about the ideal, right? It's you have to be idealistic, but you also have to execute right. And it looks like they didn't succeed in the execution. So, best of luck to them. Sharc's going to go in other places and make other places much more energy efficient, and it's their loss at the end of the day.
That's right. And the very same time I could be wasting worrying about those guys, we can be designing systems of the future for other people. Like we've got a system we're working on that will be the first carbon neutral district energy system in the world. So we're very excited, and I need to use my time working on that. So I think that that'll answer some of our guys on Telegraph as why we're not taking a stronger stance. But I don't know if you've ever tried to get the city to change its mind on anything, zoning or anything. So, life's too short to deal with those guys. But,
yeah, it'll be 22nd century before they do that.
During the crisis here, we're just going to buckle down, stay positive, and Sharc's going to come out of it much stronger and really ready to do business right as soon as we can. So you stay safe. How are things on the front with you on the medical front, Michael? I know you're an ambulance attendant on the front line, so.
Things are starting to get more cohesive. At first, people's responses were very frenzied, and you could cut the tension in the air. But now, you're dealing with a lot of people who are used to stressful situations. So people are now kind of getting into the groove of things, being extra careful to make sure everything's clean. People are wearing their masks and wearing all the necessary protective gear when they're going on these calls. They're isolating patients really well in every place I've been. Now there are cases, but there were always cases. We just hadn't confirmed them, right? So now we're confirming them and we're treating them, and thankfully we have a good healthcare system, and hopefully it can just keep up the pace. And the social distancing stuff is helping a lot and stopping them there from being a giant peak of infected people all at once. And I expect good things to happen here soon.
Great. Well, that's great news. We appreciate what you do, and let's pick it up next week with some hopefully some good news. And
sounds good.
During this time, Michael, we have contact with all of our equipment that's working in the world. And one thing I know for sure is that Sharc equipment is unaffected by coronavirus. Still working great, and no complaints. So it's really good. But I'll let you sign off. Get some rest. Stay healthy, my friend.
You too. Stay healthy out there. Everyone, remember to wash your hands and join the Telegram. This thing was brought on a lot because of people talking about this topic, and there's plenty of other good topics we can talk about. So join in, throw some out there, and we'll talk about them. All right, Lynn, thank you.
You take care of yourself.
You too.